Welcome to T-Girl Crafts. Do it yourself. Fun and inexpensive craft ideas. By Teresa.
Today we're going to be making the Cowboy Cookies gift jar. You can do it for fall, like this one, or you can do it like for Christmas, like the one I'm going to do. So to start, you'll need the Ball Smooth 1 quart jar, the mason jar. I got mine at Hobby Lobby. It was like $2.69, and I usually wait till they do the 50% off each department, and got it for 50% off. So it came out to like $1.34 for the jar. And then all the dry ingredients, just leave them in the bags or containers that they're in, because you're going to stack them. So you need flour, powdered sugar, brown sugar, you need M&Ms, some semi-sweet chocolate chips, cooking oats, regular white sugar, baking powder, baking soda, some pecan halves, measuring cup, the half cup, the quarter cup. You'll need a 1/4 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon, regular spoon, and a pair of scissors, and your Christmas fabric and ribbon. And the M&Ms, you can sort them by color. I've got green and red here for Christmas, and orange and brown for Halloween. If you wanted to make this for a teacher and your school colors were like a yellow and blue, just get a yellow and blue ribbon, yellow and blue fabric. Do any theme you want. Pink for girls' baby shower, blue for boys' baby shower. Now you can find these neat little Cowboy Cookie recipe stickers and the front part of your label online. It also came in pink for the Cowboy Cookies. This is the order in which you're going to stack these into the jar, and the recipe will show you how much to use for each section. It is a 1 quart mason jar, but it's smooth where it doesn't say anything on the front, because that's where you're going to put your sticker. So your first layer is flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Put the flour into the jar. It calls for 1 1/3 cup. Now to mash it down, I have this 50-cent ground cinnamon from the dollar store that I picked up, and I clean off the bottom, make sure it's nice and clean, and I save it when I'm done using the ground cinnamon. And then I just take and push it down in there like a little hammer, and it smashes it really good. A teaspoon of baking powder. You got baking soda. You got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And just mash it down. Cooking oats. You're going to do a cup of these. Spoon those in too. And there's your oats. Now here's where your color comes in. Your M&Ms. Just pour those in. And it's 3/4 of a cup of M&Ms. And then 3/4 cup of the semi-sweet chocolates. And it's 3/4 cup. There. Half cup brown sugar, packed. So make sure you fill your little cup, pack it down, and then add it. Your layer of brown sugar is probably the last layer you're going to see, because you're going to have fabric on there. So the last 2 layers, you'll barely be able to see the white sugar and the pecans. You still have your pretty little layers. Now it says half cup of white sugar. And when the white sugar's in, you can press it really good. And you can actually see it going down. Give you a little more room for the pecans. I've seen recipes where they just leave the pecans out because they don't fit in the jar, but I like to put a little bit in there. So I spend a little extra time mashing it really, really good because I want all the pecans to fit in there. And like I said, that's where I've seen people kind of shave off a little bit of the ingredients because it won't fit. But trust me, if you spend the time and you mash it down, that last bit will fit. It'll be full, but it'll fit. And you'll have the whole recipe in one jar. And to me, that's what it's about. So I use the pecans, the halves, and then I just put them into a Ziploc, give them a little mashing, and voila. Okay, so now we have the full jar, and what I've done is cut out 5.5 by 5.5 piece of fabric that I'm going to place over the lid, either on cardstock or regular paper, however you want to print them out. You just cut them out. And this says, you know, preheat the oven, stir the dry ingredients, and what to add to the recipe. And it fits nice and neat on the little lid that you're going to put on top here. It's going to go on the jar, and this is why you get the smooth jar, because you're going to tape it, use double-sided tape, and tape it right onto the jar. But you're going to cut it out so that you can put it on there so that it says Cowboy Cookies real cute. I like to use this kind of tape, the mailing tape. Gets it on there nice and neat and protects the label from any kind of, you know, dampness or anything. My 5.5 by 5.5 piece of fabric and a 20-inch piece of green ribbon to go with it. And I also have my little instructions on how they're going to make the cookies. So just unscrew the lid. By the way, put the lid on when you're putting the label on so that your ingredients don't pour out all over the place. So here your little how-to goes right up top. Put this on. Screw it down nice and tight. And give it a little tug to give it some. Make sure your lid's tight. And run it around the top of the jar. You could use hot glue if you wanted to keep it in place. Tie a bow or just tie a knot. I like the knot because you're trying to stay with the little rustic look. Cowboy Cookies, ready to go, either by itself or in a gift basket full of other goodies. So if you add it all up, divide it all out, it's about $4.46 per jar. Not bad if you're going to put it in a basket for your relatives, family, friends, whatever, for Christmas. Stay tuned for more cheap and easy projects by T-Girl Crafts.